gonna warm my coffee up.
Where does my creativity come from? Well, I think I was born with it, but my grandmother, Christine Owens, definitely cultivated it. She was an amazing artist herself and was a painter, jewelry designer, florist, and could just about grow anything. She had the most amazing gardens. I feel like she pushed me with my creativity and just made me see more possibilities in what I could do. My biggest influence is Frida Kahlo. She was just amazing at capturing the pain she felt, the heartache, the hurt, the struggles. You know what she was going through because you can feel it.
It's like a bird. Like, okay, so when I made a bird the first time, I was like, how do I make a bird like it has a body? And I figured out my own little method, like how I have to make a bird look like a bird. We have a bird. So about the birds, I noticed that the birds started cropping up in anything that I did only after the loss of my daughter, who was stillborn at 8 months. And it was a very tough time for me. There were times I felt suicidal. I didn't show up to my own place of business for over a month. Now, more recently, the birds are more in flight, and there's a sense of life in them now. But it's amazing as I go back talking about the value of things, you know, just to think that one's psychology can create an outlet through creativity without one's own knowledge. Here I am sort of dealing with these things through the artistic process and not really even completely understanding how much an impact her death was in these pieces of art.
Twinkle, twinkle, little star.
You asked me about my inspiration. That's interesting because honestly, I don't know about many sculptors. I don't know about many people. I just know that I was raised in the Mississippi Delta. I was sort of raised as a tomboy, and I've always been fascinated with sort of decrepit things. When I went home to visit my father, he had some oil barrels lying around, and it's all that I had, and he had an acetylene torch. I started cutting the barrels up and pounding away at them. Where I'm at as an artist now is twofold, and I think what many artists experience. But first of all, we have to start with the word artist. You know, when I create cuffs and things that become repetitious, I do so for several reasons. People love them, but they also provide income. I feel trapped between the financial needs of an artist versus the creative needs of an artist that then make me more of a skilled individual and less of an artist. When something becomes repetitious, I think it becomes a skill. When it is elevated through a creative process, when you change it, manipulate it, design it, when you have to use everything in you, passion, pain, love, hate, and it creates something, that becomes art. No! one spot I can hit a well. If it's not a perfect well, it'll fall apart. These pieces are profoundly me, and yet I still don't put a huge value on them, because if you truly appreciate that aspect of me and what I've put into it, that means so much more to me, that when you look at that piece, you'll go, that is a piece of a human being on my wall. That is a piece of her pain and her suffering. That is a piece of her love and her anguish. It's everything about her. Bryce and I are very similar. We can do a lot of different things if we put our mind to it. I mean, just kind of show us how and we can do it. We make a good team, and it seemed just natural that we should try to take it a little farther and market ourselves better. So everything I'm doing right now is trying to put myself and Bryce in a position to create more artistry while creating obtainable pieces of art.